So I'm sure you've seen my super viral video that got over 65 million views. That was about me climbing this insane cave over here last year. It was so crazy that I even got interviewed by National Geographic and I made it to last year's front page on their magazine. Now, I know you might be confused or you might not even remember seeing any of that. And do you know why? Because it doesn't exist. None of it, because last year I came to this very mountain to reach that insane cave and I actually never made it. And who knows, maybe if I did finish climbing to the top last year and actually finished the video, I could have gotten all the recognition and success. But instead, I just have this what if in my mind eating me away all this time. But today, a full year later, I'm gonna finish what I started. And hopefully you might be able to learn something and maybe apply this concept, finish what you started, to whatever unfinished dream, unfinished project, unfinished goal that's keeping you from being successful. Let's get started on this journey. And just like that, I start my challenge. And that's the first thing that I want to talk about is the initial excitement of a new project and a new goal. In the beginning, there's this thing called uninformed optimism. That means is that whenever you start a goal or a new project or anything new, you think the sky's gonna be blue, you think everything is gonna go perfect, you're gonna be successful in X amount of time that you planned for, and then you start actually working on it and you see the sky isn't just so blue. It's not as easy as you thought. So let me put you two examples of my personal experience. First and foremost, the most obvious one. Last year I had a goal to come and climb this mountain to get to the cave. Looking at all the videos on YouTube and seeing how easy it was, I'm out of breath. Seeing how easy it was, I thought it was gonna be a walk in the park. So I came with my friend and we're gonna get here, we're gonna go up this mountain and it's gonna be easy. But then we started taking the first few steps. We were 5 minutes in the mountain and then we quickly realized it wasn't gonna be as easy as we thought. Just like it is this year right now. And example number two is my YouTube channel, what you guys are watching right now. You know, when I first started this channel 9 years ago, I thought I was gonna become a YouTuber like this, millions of views, millions of subscribers, and raking in all that money. But guess what? Oh, I was wrong. I was embarrassingly wrong. I was humiliated. What's another adjective? I was so wrong, because there is nothing more humbling than to edit a video for hours and days only to post it and only have 1, 2, 5, maybe 20 views. But anyways. Oh, buddy. Now I have to go all the way back down to get that camera, huh? I'm pretty sure by the time I go up and down getting the camera, I would have climbed this mountain at least 3 times. Ain't no man put me to the test. Ain't no but I'm the best. I'm a knockout. There's no doubt. I'm a champion. Which comes to my next point, which is all the obstacles, the excuses, everything that comes in your way, stopping you from reaching your goal or finishing what you started. For example, and I'm gonna use myself because I am guilty of this, I come up with bogus excuses saying why I can't finish this, why I can't finish that. Because here's the thing, some of these excuses are actually valid, but it shouldn't be to the point where we can't finish what we started. For example, last year when I climbed this, I actually came with a friend and we got all the way up to 3/4 of the mountain, and then he decides to tell me that he's scared of heights. And obviously I didn't want to pressure him into doing something that he didn't want to do. And because of that, we weren't able to go all the way up to the cave. That, and besides, his drone fell down and we had to go on a full-fledged rescuing mission to get his drone. And on the way back, I got a thorn stuck right underneath my nail. It was disgusting, it was horrible, and it probably would have not been a great idea to continue going up that mountain because it was extremely hot. We were basically dehydrated and my friend was scared of heights. So we decided to go down the mountain and I didn't finish my goal. Which then leads me to talk about the grit, the hustle, the grind. For my YouTube example, I'm falling in love with the process, which is, I think, something so important that whenever you want to reach any type of goal, any type of dream, you have to be willing to withstand the low points that you see that you're putting hours and hours to whatever you're trying to achieve and you're not seeing a bunch of results. That's the process you're gonna have to fall in love with, because you're gonna have to go through that until you start reaching success, until you start seeing those subscribers coming in, until you start getting closer to the mountain. All right, anyways, that being said, this is the exact spot last year where my friend and I called it quits. So let me break that barrier and continue going. I see the cave. That's the first cave. The next cave is right next to. So for those of you who have a drone, you already know this pain. But this is the grit and hustle I'm talking about. This is the process that I have to do every time I want to take my drone out to get this beautiful shot. That's the thing. It's not ideal. It definitely sets me back. I should have probably been up and down this mountain at least twice already by now. But because I stopped to take these shots, to take out my drone, to put it back, it tells my story visually a lot better, which at the end of the day, that's what I'm aiming for with these YouTube videos that I'm making now. So you just gotta fall in love with the process. Which then eventually leads me to the topic of how do you finish what you started? So something that I have found online, and I personally haven't used it, but it actually seems very smart when you actually think about it and apply it to your goals. It's called SMART goals. It's an acronym. SMART is an acronym for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals. Think about it. With your goals, you have to be very specific to what you're pointing to. For instance, my hike, the second cave at the very top, is my specific goal. And for my YouTube goal, my goal is very specific. I want to reach 13 million subscribers. Measurable. For the mountain, I can see exactly where I'm at in the mountain and how close I am to reaching the cave. For my YouTube career, it's measured by subscribers, but it's something that I can see myself getting closer towards. Achievable. They're both achievable. I can get to the second cave. In fact, I almost see it. And with 13 million subscribers, of course it's achievable, because you have Mr. Beast with over 200 million subscribers. So they're definitely achievable goals. Relevant. You can see yourself that you're on the path to achieving those goals. So here I can see that I'm not going off the trail, I'm not getting lost, I'm on my way to my cave. And then the very last one, time-bound goals. You have to make sure that there is a time limit to these goals. And then my YouTube career, that one's a little different. I don't necessarily have an exact time to when I want to reach 13 million, because full transparency, the number really isn't the goal for me. The goal for me is actually all the experiences, the process, the money, everything that it requires to get to that goal. And I mean, if you watch Gary Vaynerchuk, his goal is to buy the jets. He doesn't really care too much about actual purchase of buying the jets. He's in love with the process into reaching that goal. So like and subscribe. I don't know if you can tell the depth of how crazy that one misstep would be. This is by far the scariest spot. I'd be lying if I didn't say I'm a little nervous, because this is becoming very steep and there's little room for error. You see? And once you go up and you are reaching your goals and you're seeing the stuff you're accomplishing, you can always look back and see, look, that's where I started, all the way down here, and look where I'm at now. Crazy, huh? Because at the end of the day, if you set specific goals and you take the proper measurements to see that you're getting closer to that goal, they seem realistic. And even if they aren't realistic, you know you are capable of achieving them. And if you set time-bound goals, there is nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, you cannot conquer if you set your mind. And overall, if you finish what you started.